Blessed ones of the nations of the world. This is your brother Dan Moses or say Yabsakwadi of TRC Ghana. Coming your way this 27th of September 2020 with a special edition of our exposés. Testimony New World Disorder from the land of my exile, America, where I'm being barbarously murdered in secrecy by the US government, supported by the Nana Addo Akufo government. From that land of my exile, I want to welcome humanity and the nations of the world, the United Nations, to this special exposés and to these exposés, testimony, New World Disorder, by saying to us all, we are welcome. Akwaba, Allen, Sahalen, Shagitam, welcome. Nganjoni, Benvindo. You are welcome one more time. Kuso, Diwo, Chusanisenyo, Ogugulaba, Mauya, Mengalaba, Boye, Malamo, Karibu, Ekabo. No, o Sano de Zua, Enquande Hena, Mitash, Duburo Pezalovat, Bine Ivinit, Barigalos, Vita Iche, Ayubon, Dobritoya, Velkommen, Estan, Ozot, Walan, Anuman, bienvenido, Namaste, Swagatam, Kush, Amadid, Baruch, Haba Marhaba, Wangyong Haminida, Wanging Nyejeko, Anyamime Nyejeko, We Zolo, Novio Mia Wezo, Akwaba to the program. Testimony New World Disorder. Testimony New World Disorder, as you know, is the program through which you get to know what is happening to Ghana, humanity, and the nations of the world in these times of global deception, delusion, and lies that are willfully orchestrated, made up by some of the people that we trust to be there for humanity and the nations of the world, who have willfully chosen to deal with humanity so cruelly by deception, delusion, and lies, bringing our nation to this current state and even to the West. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. By this program, we know we as well get to receive some divine guide, divine direction, divine insight that we may know exactly what to do in these times of global evil, global wickedness, that we may know exactly what to do. So Akwaba to the program Testimony New World Disorder. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, this is one very special edition, exposés, that is coming this weekend. I'm in the middle of these, since we started these special exposés, letting the world know about the evil that is being pursued. Now it is the coming after of our souls by global wicked forces who are centered in America, their cronies in Ghana. We want to come with this special expose this weekend for a very special reason, that the United Nations, the heads of the nations of the world, humanity must know the evil of Donald Trump and his administration, Nana Addo Akufo, the problem which they are seeking to create for humanity and the nations of the world. This is a special edition, Akwaba to the program Testimony, New World Disorder. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, Nana Addo Akufo and the Trump administration strategically sought to turn the nation and the nation India and the precious people of India against me for a reason of the fact that I have openly at the White House, India has been one of the nations that have stood behind me in all these struggles, just like Russia, Nigeria, and they succeeded. Using the 7-Eleven terror company and the World Health Organization boss, created a very bitter and ugly situation. So the next strategy of theirs was to go after a very dear nation in Africa, which is so dear to my heart because of the excellent and perfect-hearted of the people, the nation towards me, just like Russia, all these struggles, so that they will be able to create a problem amongst that nation and my nation, Ghana. But I have strategically, purposely made up my mind never to let them succeed like they have, although they succeeded in creating a very bitter situation regarding India using the 7/11 terror cell. So, humanity, in this expose, I am not, for the sake of the peace, stability, security of that wonderful African nation and Ghana, I would not disclose the name of that country. That country has nothing to do with these evils that I'm going to talk about in this expose. That nation has nothing to do with the evils against me in America. That nation has stood behind me, even more than my own nation, Ghana. So that nation has nothing to do with this evil. Let's get it. It's only that the Trump administration and the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo, in seeking to tear down that nation, have taken over the mind of the citizens of that nation to perpetrate this evil that I'm going to talk about here. Humanity and the nations of the world. Thank God, by the hatred for me by the government of Donald Trump and Nana Addo Akufo, we have seen announcements that are made after on that same Friday after the expose that they have hanged themselves so that humanity should be still. Let's get this. And this is going to be, I'll try and make this expose very brief. On that same Friday after the expose, they had to sabotage the expose all through the night from getting it posted early so I can get rest. Because the next morning I had to go to work, as I have said. So eventually I got just a few hours of rest and had to wake up and go to work. In the morning, I go to work and like I say, this home is under 24/7 surveillance by the Montgomery County Police, the FBI, the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo. We are no longer in Millicent Bongo's terror cell. We have relocated by the grace of God to a new place. But just as I contacted the landlady to come live in this place, they have taken over the mind of the tenant of this home to put the place under secret surveillance, just like they did in Millicent Bongo's home. Total 24/7 secret surveillance in the entire home, even the bathroom, everywhere. But they are this a tenant that they used to do this evil, and they have all the exposés, everything that happened in my bedroom. They have access to it. So after the Friday exposés, before it got posted, they have sabotaged it all night, and they have viewed it and know. So they have planned their attack on me. Meanwhile, I've told us in that expose that that's last week, in that same week of the expose, the Friday expose, I had sent, made a presentation to the United Nations, the UN, through the UN General Assembly, through the UN Office of the UN Secretary General. A copy has gone to the International Criminal Court, the Office of the Chairperson of the African Union. Because of that presentation on the behalf of humanity and the expose on Friday, which they could not stand it, on that same Friday morning, after that few hours of rest, making sure that they have sabotaged the exposés that you have to stay up and make sure that I complete the expose before going to bed. So I went to work on Friday morning. They have orchestrated with the store owner. This is a new company. This is not the 7/11 terror cells. This is a new company that I'm working in. They have orchestrated with the company, the store owner and manager, and the wife, together with the terror network of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, the Montgomery County Police, FBI, all of them, that if I go to work, they will send in the wife of the store owner and the store owner come to the store. The store opens at 9 o'clock. Immediately after the opening of the store, they should launch an attack on me for accusing me, ugly hatred before the beginning of the work. At the time, even one customer had come to the store. We had just opened the store. As part of their evil agenda, they had to hide under coronavirus to find means to make up false coronavirus report against me, and I've turned the company into a coronavirus center, coronavirus damage control center. It's a total shameful thing that is going on. So I go to work. Before work, they would have to demand take my body temperature before they would allow me to start work. Take my body temperature. I have to put on masks, dress like an Eskimo, face shield. Total act of hatred and false accusation, attacking me verbally constantly for some weeks now. But on Friday, they decided to crown it all with their evil. So the manager and the wife started right in the morning when the store was open. The attacks on me. The mask that I use, the face mask that I use for on the job, was an approved one that was distributed by the state of Maryland through the ride-on buses for people that live in the state of Maryland. But for the hatred that the wife of the manager and the manager, for me, the wife had to demand that she is not going to accept that mask that was distributed by the state of Maryland to residents of Maryland through the ride-on bus. The reason is, you remember how Donald Trump had said to the world when he had suggested total insane approach to the coronavirus by his injection of hydroxychloroquine into human bodies, such a dangerous thing. And then he eventually had to say he was being sarcastic. We must know that the running of the world, the administration of Nana Addo Akufo Addo, and sarcasm had played a very big role in this whole global agenda. That is why Donald Trump said that because of me not accusing the Democratic Party for the evils of Donald Trump and his administration, Nana Addo Akufo Addo and his government, to willfully murder me in America, they had to think that because I'm not putting their evils on the Democratic Party, they have to be sarcastic against me, that I am speaking against the evils of the Trump administration. So they made the wife of the manager come reject the mask that I was using and brought me this blue mask. They wanted, it is the color that was consented. They want me to compel me to put on this blue mask and put on a face shield dressed like an Eskimo before they would allow me to work that morning. While they were doing all this, they were seeking means for whether I would respond aggressively. I composed myself, never resisted. I wanted their own trap to take them in their evil, that the world will see how much I'm hated in America. When they saw that I never resisted, I put on the mask. Said put on this blue. In their sarcasm, put on this blue. Asked me to put on. I put it on. I started work. Then they stopped me. I cannot work anymore. They are taking me in their van to coronavirus center. They have spoken to the people. They are going there to go carry out coronavirus test on me. What a hatred. So humanity, I had to strategically. I know that they are going to kill them own self. They are going to make up false coronavirus report against me so they can take my job and use that as a ground to aid the Trump administration and the government of Nana Addo Akufo in advancing the willful covering up of the killing of Ghanaians, my people. So that after the attack on me on the job, they had to compel me, drive me to so-called coronavirus center in Germantown, Maryland, from Gettysburg to Germantown, where they have already arranged with the criminals. They are called criminals to make up false coronavirus. I got to the center. Their agents come to me, brought a form that I should fill and put my consent for them to carry out that I approve. You know what? Humanity, America, and the nations of that I prove to them that we are not stupid. We know what the war on terror has been turned into, and we will not allow any hatred agenda to be tied into this global war of coronavirus. So what I did was, on the form, they were requiring my residential address. I put down the address of Millicent Bongo, not this. I put down my old address, and then with a zip code, I put down a zip code that has nothing to do with that address, a different zip code altogether. I wanted them to, I was doing this willfully, that the world, if we have to demand that report, that form that they were compelling me to sign, the world will know that there was something wrong. It was a crime that was being committed against me. That is why I was the only way I could resist is to resist that way. And then they were demanding an email from me that I need to put my email. My email, I put there OTAN at yahoo.com. In Ghana, everybody knows OTAN as hatred. So I put the hatred at yahoo.com. I wanted the world, humanity, the United Nations to know that it is total act of hatred by the Trump administration, Nana Addo Akufo, that they were using this African national and the wife to perpetrate against me that morning in response to the document that I sent to the United Nations and the expose that I brought to us. So I put it down, and then they came to brought their whatever tool or device to get my nose let me see, to get my nose swabbed and go carry out their so-called test, claiming that the test will come in a few days. Humanity and the nation, they asked me to put my signature in consent to their crime against me. I put there duress with exclamation mark. I wrote the duress on the paper with an exclamation mark, that the United Nations, the American people, humanity and the nations of the world would know that I am under duress by the company that I'm working with, the government of Nana Addo Akufo, a terror network member, and the Trump administration, to hide under coronavirus, to create a worse problem for humanity by this heinous crime of making up willful coronavirus report against me to take up my job and to willfully cover up crimes against Ghana and humanity. Blessed ones, while the manager was driving me away, as part of their plan, he has told me that the report would be sent. When he was taking me, he said everything is instant, so we will get. It is a drive-through. They carry it out, and everything is instant. But right after, the device that they brought, it is not my device, their device. There is no evidence that the device had not gotten their own coronavirus on it. And there is no evidence that the test that they are going to carry out is a genuine test. So they are going to make up false coronavirus report against me. And then I told the manager was telling me they were going to send the report into my email. Then I told him the email that I put on the form, it's an email that is old, and the only way that you want to send me the report is through my email. You are insisting to send only through my email. Okay, then I would have to put down my actual email, the email that I use. So get them to bring me to make a change in that email address. So they brought another form, not the consent form, another form. There were two forms, the consent that I have to sign. So the consent form, duress is on it. My residential address is not this address. It's the old address with the wrong zip code. And then they brought another form where I could give my another email. So I put there my email, trcdanmoses@yahoo.com. This is the email address I've been contacting the United Nations, and they know that is legit. Humanity and the nations of the world. I had to take this measure that the whole world, humanity and the nations of the world, get to know that this is the trouble that the Trump administration, Nana Addo Akufo, and this current company that I'm working with, they are seeking to bring upon humanity and the nations of the world by tying total hatred into the global war of coronavirus, to willfully go make up false coronavirus report against an innocent citizen of the nation based on hatred. Blessed ones of the nations of the world, let's be still. Let me calm. Today, they have initiated that evil on Friday. Today is weekend. How they would come out with that false coronavirus report by Monday, Tuesday, as the week it said 2 to 3 days. Let's be calm. Let's remain in silence. No resistance, no weapon against anybody. Let's watch them hang them own self, kill them own self due to hatred and wickedness. Humanity, let me end here. Let's watch how they destroy their own self by this open hatred for a member of the human race. God is contending on our behalf. Let's be still and watch them kill their own self. Let's be still. In the course of the week, we shall continue the usual exposés that we have started, letting the world know what is happening. But from what has transpired, you know, I know, that humanity is being pierced at the heart. The eye of the United Nations is being pierced through a sword by the Trump administration. Nana Addo Akufo and his government. This company, in willfully seeking to create bad blood between that amazing African nation and my nation, Ghana. But God has taken the wicked in their own wickedness. Let us be still. Let them bring that false coronavirus report. How they would bring that false report against me. Let us watch in silence. God bless you. And God bless my homeland, Ghana. Let them kill their own self. We will not do them any evil. God bless you.